Okay, so anyway, where was I? So it makes Germany feel like they're being controlled and watched by the other countries that won World War One, and this really hurts their economy because this is where they're supposed to be producing all of their manufactured goods. Okay, the next topic is Alsace-Lorraine. So this is an area on the border between Germany and France. Again, it used to belong to France. Germany took it in a previous war hundreds of years ago, and now France wants it back. And the people who live there kind of feel more French than German anyway. So, do we want to give it back to France? Do we want to let Germany keep it? Or do we want it to become independent? So, what actually happens is that it goes back to France. So, this is part of the many miles of territory that Germany loses after World War One. So, in addition to Alsace-Lorraine, Germany lost about 13% of its territory. And you can see in the map there, all the yellow parts is stuff that they completely lost. Okay. League of Nations. So, what should happen with this League of Nations? This was something that the US President Woodrow Wilson really wanted, and he fought for it. It's sort of like the United Nations today. He wanted there to be some type of group that would keep peace among all countries where people could come together and make agreements. However, the US Congress was in the opposite political party, and they did not want to join the League of Nations. So, even though our president is the one who came up with it, we didn't join, which took away a lot of power from the League of Nations. So, do we think that there should be a League of Nations? Do we think that the League of Nations should have the power to enforce rules, like maybe some type of military power that would have the authority to punish countries if they break the rules? Or do we think the League of Nations should just be to talk between the different countries but have no power? So, what actually ended up happening is the League of Nations was created, but it didn't have any power. The League of Nations was created. It included Great Britain, France, Italy, China, Portugal, Spain, Brazil, Sweden, Switzerland, and Japan, but Germany was not allowed to join. And actually, I probably should have mentioned Germany was not even allowed to make any statements at the Treaty of Versailles meeting. So they had no say in anything that was going in this treaty that they were signing. The League of Nations didn't have power to enforce rules. And as we're going to see later, when we get closer to World War I, a lot of countries who end up breaking the rules just leave the League of Nations. They just quit because they're like, oh, well, if I can't do whatever I want, why should I be in the League of Nations? German colonies. What's going to happen with Germany's colonies? Do we think they should get to keep them? Do we think Great Britain and France should split them up? Or do we think it should all go to France because Germany owes the most to France? So, what ended up happening is all of Germany's colonies end up being divided between France and Great Britain or becoming independent. That's another thing that Woodrow Wilson, the US president, really wanted at the end of World War I, is for all of the countries in the world that had been colonized to become independent and be able to decide for themselves what kind of country they wanted to be, what kind of government they wanted. And unfortunately, that did not happen. A lot of colonies ended up going just from one empire to another. Like a lot of the Ottoman Empire ended up getting taken over by Great Britain or France. So there were a lot of countries that really wanted independence who didn't get it. So in general, this is going to be something on our test. Do you think the Treaty of Versailles was fair or not? If you think it was fair, it's important to keep in mind who you think it was fair to. Was it fair to France? Was it fair to the United States? Was it fair to Germany? You probably should know that it was not fair to Germany, or at least that they felt like it was unfair to them. And so that is going to set us up for World War II. Germany leaves World War I feeling like they got the raw end of the deal and they hold a grudge. Okay, so there's your review on the Treaty of Versailles. Ba-dum-bum, ba-dum-bum. I don't know how to end the video.